Lovely. We always have to be our brothers and our sisters' keeper.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Sunrisers. Now, the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities will be collaborating with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to provide crucial support to persons with disabilities in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. Now, joining us this morning to tell us about this initiative is Adrien Pinnock. She is Manager, Corporate Communications and Public Relations at the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. Welcome to Sunrise, Adrien. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, actually.
Lovely.
Good. You know, last week I saw something and I thought immediately persons with disabilities. So there was a sign that was blown down. There was some trees. There was a tree that was blown down in my neighborhood. Cut up the tree and there was like just stuff strewn on the sidewalk. And the sign, which was tipped over, they moved it out of the road, and it was on the sidewalk. And I thought, if somebody is walking on the sidewalk right now, a visually impaired person, they don't know that the sidewalk that they know is changed. So there are so many ways in which, after a storm, that persons with disabilities are at a significant disadvantage.
Yes.
First of all, talk to us about that and why it's so important for us, the rest of us, to be mindful.
Awareness is the key, because some things we take for granted, as you would have described, and you use persons who are visually impaired as your example. But if I'm a wheelchair user and I navigate the space using my wheelchair, there is also a barrier. So it's just being always mindful of our accessibility requirements so that we are not creating unnecessary barriers, even when we are in a disaster, either a relief situation or post or pre-disaster preparedness. So it's just being mindful, because the access needs are not delayed because we are in a disaster situation. Just as how you and I would need water, there are some things persons with disabilities can't do without because it's their opportunity to navigate.
Like what?
So the barriers created in the road, when we're sending out information, the format we send the information in, if I'm not hearing you and you are speaking and I can't either read the words you're saying or benefit from sign language, you have not communicated to me. If the language is above the level where I can comprehend it, you have not communicated to me. So access, while we talk about the built environment, let's also talk about our behaviors. Let's talk about communication access. Making the information simple, ensuring that we have pictorial representation in some instances when we're sending out information, so there can be some connection. And then the websites, even now digital media is what is leading the fore in sending information, and the access is already built in. Just be mindful that when you're sending out the narrative, you are not leaving anybody behind, because remember, Jamaica is not one set of people and then people with disabilities on the other side, or one parish. Jamaica is all of us, and people with disabilities are among us.
Well, I'm happy that this initiative is, has taken root, because I also wondered, oftentimes you see persons going out to communities, rural Jamaica, and I often wonder, if they have like somebody who does sign language, or somebody who, are we sending wheelchairs? Because normally then it's people are asking for water and those things. But what about somebody who is an amputee? What about somebody who uses a walker or uses crutches? You know what I mean? Those things sometimes are displaced during a hurricane. So how do we help those persons and get to those persons to ensure? Because guess what? If somebody is wheelchair bound, they may not have a caregiver. And so if even something get out a road, I can't get there. If the place is cut off and the bridge washed away, I can't get there. So is that what this initiative is about, to specifically get to those persons who are disabled?
True. And I want to use the opportunity for a teaching moment. Nobody is bound to any chair. We are users of wheelchairs because they can come out. If you're bound somewhere, you can't move. So persons are wheelchair users. And yes, the Jamaica Council of Persons with Disabilities, we are really designed to directly address the needs of persons with disabilities. So while the partnership with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is relieving the food need, there are other needs that are coming to our attention, and we are open to partnership from private sector and others to help us to get those assistive devices that persons will now need if they were displaced or it was damaged, because you can imagine, especially where the impact was great, the terrains may have damaged a chair and somebody is not in a position to replace it. The Council of Persons with Disabilities, we have a few in stock that we would have given out, but there are we would need others. So we are open to partnership for others who will be able to donate into us so that we can provide the relief to those persons.
Is there a number that you can persons can call? So, for example, somebody who is, you know, in a particular area that may not necessarily be within your purview, can they call to say, you know what, I have my mom here or my dad or whomever, and this is the situation. They have this disability, and we need your help.
Sure. We have our website and we have social media platforms, but our direct office line is 876-968-8373. And you can visit our website at www.jcpd.gov.jm. It will provide you with the numbers, especially for our social workers that may be located in an area where you are, and you can speak to those officers. I notice on our screen it's projected some numbers for the locations. If your location is not listed there, you can reach out to our head office. We will get the relief to you.
Finally then, if you could give us 3 suggestions for things that we could do to help empower persons at this time. We're mindful of people wanting to preserve their dignity and their independence, but they do need assistance. Give me 3 things that we could just easily do, whether it's low or high hanging fruit, just some things that we can.
I would start with our awareness. The vehicle that you have or the platform that you have, use it constructively and ensure that as you send and disseminate information, it is in a format that's accessible. Tap into the closed captioning, tap into the sign language interpretation, tap into the simplified language to ensure that persons are well educated.
Yes.
Then we can move now to using our resources to meet in specific needs. The council is collecting what those needs are, so you can partner with the council so that we are able to tell you where the needs are, what they are, and how you can administer.
Don't assume.
Yes.
Don't assume. Don't assume. And then it's not what you think the person wants. Because the conversation is with the individual. You are not living the life, so you can't make the determination. Let me just quickly use an example. Wheelchairs are diverse. So not because somebody uses a manual wheelchair, that means a manual wheelchair will suffice for the needs I have. Maybe the nature of my disability, I would require a motorized wheelchair with straps. So it's not just, I'm going to buy a wheelchair because this person requires a wheelchair. So we invite first the conversation to be had with the council. Because we reach the community, we would be able to know, get what those needs are, break down what those needs are so that we can guide you how to provide the support that you would be able to help those persons.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Well articulated. Thank you
for having me.
That was Adrien Pinnock, Manager, Corporate Communications and Public Relations at the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. TK is on standby with the news. Sunrise continues after this.